I will now call to order the regular meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Texas Southwest College District. Trustees present, Mr. Ruben Herrera, Ms. Delia Sainz, Mr. J.J. De Leon, Dr. Zavaleta, Ms. Eva Alejandro, and Ms. Aldrete. Also present is our President, Jesus Roberto Rodriguez. And I'm going to call on Dr. Zavaleta to lead us on the Pledge of Allegiance. Dr. Zavaleta.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Number one, thank you.
¿Y ahora? Public comment? None? Thank you. I would like to, good evening. Before I go into the President's report and our monthly video, which I take a lot of pride in it, I am going to give you a little bit of what the chair did this month. We attended, and I mean we, Secretary Aldrete, Vice Chair Mr. J. De Leon, and I attended the roundtable discussion for BISD in their search for superintendent. It was very interesting to see the gentleman that was conducting and writing what is it that the community needs in a superintendent. Of course, my ask is always is that they love TSC. It makes our job easier. We have a great relationship. We had a great relationship with Dr. Gutierrez. I think that's carried on with Dr. Chavez. And I'm hoping that we find somebody that has the love for TSC as we trustees do. Being one of our biggest pipes to the community college, I think it's very important that we keep that relationship. Other than that, we all had a great winter vacation. I hope that everybody did. And I'm going to turn it over to my president.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, Board of Trustees. And Happy New Year to everyone. And we're off and running as we begin our spring 2024 semester. I have a quick update on the spring 2024 enrollments. At this time, we have preliminary total enrollment standing at 8,740 students. We still have some drops taking place this Saturday, so that number will fluctuate and change. But as it stands now, we have a 6.3% increase in enrollment over this time last year. Now, since our last board meeting in November, we hosted a number of holiday events, and we are very grateful for the strong support from our trustees as we celebrated the season. Beginning on December 1st, the TSC hosted our annual tree lighting ceremony on campus. This event just keeps getting bigger and better, and it has been a huge hit with the community. I want to thank you, Madam Chair, Vice Chair De Leon, Secretary Aldrete, Immediate Past Chair Herrera, Trustee Sainz, and Trustee Alejandro for your participation in the event. The following day, our trustees participated in the Brownsville Christmas Parade. Thank you to Madam Chair, Vice Chair De Leon, Secretary Aldrete, and Trustee Sainz for the energy you brought to that event. On December 7th, we celebrated the season with our Scorpion family at the Employee Holiday Luncheon. Chair Herrera, Secretary Aldrete, Immediate Past Chair Herrera, and Trustee Alejandro helped serve our employees with some delicious tamales. Finally, last month, we began this year's celebration of Mr. Amigo. We participated in the announcement of the 2024 Mr. Amigo at iTech on December 14th. The community was very excited to have their first chance to greet Eduardo Verastegui, who is a well-known Mexican actor, producer, and former singer. The next evening, Chair Garza and Immediate Past Chair Herrera participated in the Taste de la Frontera event, which supports the Mr. Amigo organization. Now, continuing with our celebrations, we held our winter commencement ceremony on December 16th. We had a full house at the Jacob Brown Auditorium as we recognized the 221 students graduating in December. Thank you to Madam Chair, Vice Chair De Leon, Secretary Aldrete, Immediate Past Chair Herrera, Trustee Sainz, and Trustee Alejandro for supporting our students and their families at the event. Several of our programs also held special events for their graduates. I'd like to thank Chair Garza and immediate past Chair Herrera for attending the PCT, the CNA, and the ADN ceremonies. And I'd like to thank Vice Chair De Leon and immediate past Chair Herrera for attending the CJI graduation. As we resume operations in the new year, we once again hosted convocation for our employees. Gathering together for convocation is important each semester because it gives us the opportunity to stay connected across divisions. We have very ambitious goals for the coming year, and it is important that we are all pointed in the same direction. Thank you, Madam Chair, for your inspiring remarks at the event, and to Trustee Sines for your participation. In addition to the seasonal events I highlighted earlier, the Student Service Division has been extremely busy preparing students for a new semester. They work extended hours to ensure every community member who was ready to become a Scorpion was served. They hosted 2 Scorpion Success Orientations, and thank you, Madam Chair, for being there to welcome our newest Scorpions. This week, the Scorpion Success crew was stationed across campus to assist students with directions or questions they had around campus. Our Spring Welcome Week also included the Wall of Motivation, Pan Dulce y Plática, and the National Popcorn Day. Thank you to our hardworking Student Services team. I also want to recognize another group of employees, our hardworking members of the Marketing, Facilities, Safety, and Risk Management departments, all under the direction of Dr. Stella Garcia. As we have been experiencing inclement weather this week, these team's members are on the front lines of communicating to the Scorpion community, keeping our campus running smoothly, and ensuring that our buildings are comfortable as our students return. We appreciate all the important messaging as well as the preventive and regular maintenance the teams conduct to ensure our students continue to have an exceptional learning environment. And as we continue with this semester, we're looking forward with continued festivities with Charro Days and all that it entails. But now, at this time, I would like to show this month's highlighting activities that have occurred since we last met. Can you please roll the video?
I can tell you that if you would have told me 36 years ago, when I entered TSC to begin my basics, that I would be speaking at the commencement ceremony of the Texas Southmost College graduating class as the judge of the 445th District Court, I would be having a very hard time believing that. So please keep your mind and eyes open to the many possibilities that are out there for you. And remember to give back to this amazing community that got you this far. Congratulations, graduates. I am so proud of you all.
As we begin the new year, I want to take this moment and thank the Board of Trustees for your continued commitment and support to the college and the communities that we serve. I also want to welcome all the students, faculty, and staff and wish them a strong start to the spring 2024 semester. And I'm extremely looking forward to Charter Days 2024. Thank you very much, ma'am. That concludes my report.
Dr. Rodriguez, I wanted to point out, because it was such an honor to receive the Texas Higher Education Star Award that we received back in December 12th up in Austin, and that it's because of the faculty and staff that you have that we were able to receive that award, that, that it's such an honor that I wanted to mention and thank everybody in this, in this institution for your service. Thank you.
I'm surprised that the media didn't pick up on that. It's something really, really worth talking about. Can you tell us a little bit about the award, Mr.
I got to
President?
tell you that the Star Awards recognizing, and we compete with universities and community colleges. So it was a consistent effort of serving students that are somewhat low socioeconomic, a couple of barriers, and the consistent work of continuing them to move forward and graduate them and complete their associate's degree. I mean, we have surpassed the graduation state average by almost 7%. The consistent work that the board does in supporting our efforts with the faculty and the staff is reflected and recognized by the state. And I tell you, we were in good company. There was the University of North Texas and Texas A&M College Station, Houston Community College, and your very own Texas Southmost College was recognized. And I think we stole the show, to tell the truth. We did. We did a great job.
Thank you, Mr. President.
We need to do a better job of polishing our own app.
Sure. Yes, sir.
That was sent to the media, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
That's all we can do. Item number 6, Charter Days presentation, and I see a lot of familiar faces that I've been friends with for a lifetime. Mr. Levere, welcome.
Thank you. Madam Chair, members of the board, TSC president and staff, on behalf of our Charter Days Board of Directors, we thank you for allowing us to be here today. Hello, my name's Henry Levere, and I'm the president of Charter Days Fiesta. With me here today is my wife, board of directors, and our executive director. This year, Charter Days Fiesta will be celebrating its 87th anniversary, and the fiesta will take place between February the 24th and March the 10th. The last couple of years, we've been following a slogan that says, "Come home to Charter Days." And that slogan has really worked for us because it has touched the people out there, especially the ones that are out of town, even the ones that are here. And we remind them of their experiences that they have had with Charter Days, and we ask them, come home again and share those experiences with us. We would like to thank Texas Southmost College for your sponsorship. Your sponsorship is a vital component of the success of the Charter Days Fiesta.
The positive outcome of Charo Days Fiesta is dependent on the support of entities such as yours. We appreciate your unwavering support, and it is greatly appreciated. We invite you to join us at the official opening of the 2024 Charo Days Fiesta at the Baile del Sol on Saturday, February the 24th at 1 p.m. Jaime de Anda will be performing at 4:30. On Thursday, February the 29th, BISD Children's Parades at 2:30. Noche Mexicana Dance is from 6 to 11 at the TSC Jacob Brown Memorial Center. We have Noe Pro, Folkloric Dancers, and Mariachi Siete Leguas. On Friday, March the 1st, is our Illuminated Night Parade at 7 p.m. On Saturday, March the 2nd, it's the Color Guard Parade at 12:30. The Grand International Parade is at 1 o'clock. The Costume Ball Dance is at 8 o'clock, and it will take place at the TSC Jacob Brown Memorial Center. Latin Breed will be performing Los Federales and Mariachi Siete Leguas. From February the 29th through March the 10th, Charo Days Carnival and the 20th Century Rites located at TSC iTech Center. Our honorary parade marshal this year is Alonso Tiny Barrientos. We would encourage everyone to dress up your Charo Days attire during the Charo Days week and to decorate your business and your home to promote the Charo Days spirit. We are looking forward to seeing you at our Charo Days Fiesta events, and we thank you, as always, with your support. At this time, we would like to present the Board of Trustees and the College President with a token of appreciation. On behalf of our Charo Days Board of Directors, we would like to present you with a festival wreath to promote the Charo Days spirit. So we ask you to please share this wreath, put it up wherever you would like so that you can help us promote the spirit. At this time, we're going to pass out the wreaths. Board members, Executive Director, my wife.
Can we move up, and that way we can have a picture as well?
Hold on. Hey,
Here, Renee, take my photograph.
Yeah, right.
I'll hold it up. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good to see you. Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you so much.
I got your name on it.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you, Mr. Rivera. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Good to see you.
Mr. Levere,
Wait, give me 1 second,
on
Mr.
behalf of,
Ruben. Give me 1 second, please.
yeah,
I was gonna, go ahead. Go ahead.
on behalf of Texas Southmost College, I would ask you to please consider next year our mariachi for Char Days. We will have a mariachi, thanks to Dr. Rodriguez, and hopefully we'll be able to perform in your fiestas.
I just want to say that we thank you, that it's been a great partnership. And I hate to brag on Mr. Escareño, but it is the truth. Since he came to be director, things have changed. Everything is organized. We never have any problems with, because it's always planned and it's always done with time. And we enjoy partnering with you very much. Your members are awesome. I enjoy spending time with you. Of course, I go back and I don't see anyone here that I haven't known for at least 40 years. And it makes a big difference. It is family, and thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Levere, you were going to say something.
I was just going to say, thank you very much on behalf of our board, my wife, our executive director. Thank you so much for everything you do for us. Like you said, our partnership has been awesome, and it takes people like you all to make us successful. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you, thank you.
And thank you for our wreaths. They are beautiful.
Yes. Thank you so much. Number 7. We're lost. Ay, no voy a comer.
Next year we'll have mariachi.
El hambre. El hambre.
¿Tienes hambre? Más triste. Bueno. Number 7, consideration and possible action on the minutes of the following meetings. We're going to take the two of them at once. Regular meeting November 16, 2023, and emergency meeting November 28, 2023.
I so move. Second.
I have a motion by Mr. De Leon, second by Ms. Alejandra, Ms. Aldrete, Alejandra Aldrete, and discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Finance Committee, Mr. Herrera?
Yes, the Finance Committee met on Wednesday, January the 10th, 2024. President were Secretary Aldrete, Trustee Zabaleta, President Rodriguez, and myself, members of the TSC Administration and College Legal Counsel. Committee discussed the following items: annual financial report and audit for Texas Southmost College District for the fiscal year ending August 31st, 2023. I'm calling Dr. Figueroa to present this item.
Thank you, Mr. Herrera. Madam Chair, members of the board, President Rodriguez, with your permission, I have Mr. Becerro present the annual investment report. This is for fiscal year ending 8/31/23.
Here's a drum roll.
So, annual investment report. We have a similar version of, moving forward with the annual investment report. Right. So this report is required by the Public Funds Investment Act, and it's the culmination of the 4 quarterly reports that we present to the board every 3 months.
Just a second.
Yes.
Right now, we're in 8A, annual and financial report and audit for Texas Southmost College District for fiscal year ending August 31st.
My apologies.
Yes, sir.
So, Mr. Becerro, I'll get
That's for
the
the next
drum
item.
roll in a little bit.
the annual financial report. We have our auditor, Mr. Coscos could not be here, but Mr. Albert Vera is here to present the report. I personally want to thank Mr. Coscos and his firm for always being so responsive to our requests. At the request of the Board of Trustees, every year we ask that they have a different lead auditor do the audit for us. And this year, our lead auditor was Ms. Janet Monsivais. She's unfortunately out sick today and could not be here with us, but Mr. Vera will be presenting the annual financial report for you.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Alfred Vera. I am the audit manager with Coscos and Associates. I was the lead auditor about 2 years ago on the audit, and this year I will present on behalf of Ms. Monsivais, who is out sick, as it was mentioned, and I will go through and touch on some of the high points. So good job on what you all are doing here. This evening, I'm presenting to you the annual financial report for the year ended August 31st, 2023. Now, I will be going off of the hard copy. If by some chance you have a PDF, I will refer to page numbers on the actual hard copy. If you'll turn with me to page 1. Page 1 contains the independent auditor's report. As independent auditors, what we do, we come in and we request samples, we pull transactions, and we review, and we compare to the processes that are being done, what is your processes that are in your documents, and we compare, and then we form an opinion. The opinion is on if the financials are presented fairly in all material respects, and we provide reasonable assurance that they are free of material misstatements. This year, Texas Southmost College has again earned an unmodified or a clean opinion, so congratulations on that. And the reason I say it is earned is because we do not give this. This is based on the work that is done here at the college and by you all as a board overseeing that as well. So congratulations. If you'll turn with me to page 4, page 4 contains the management discussion and analysis, otherwise known as the MD&A. The MD&A provides financial analysis, some comparative information to the prior year, and other information for any reader of the financials. And if you'll turn over with me to page 15, is the statement of net position. The statement of net position, otherwise known as the balance sheet in other organizations, contains your assets, liabilities, and the overall net position. For the year ended August 31st, 2023, Texas Southmost College had total assets of $226,054,000 and an overall total net position of $157,670,000, of which $34,028,000 is unrestricted, which means that this can be used for anything that the college wishes to use as they may need. We do not recommend that this be used for anything as far as ongoing operations, things like that. This is what we refer to as the rainy day fund. It can be used for one-shot items.
We can use it?
Yes, we can.
No, it can be used, but we recommend that it not be used for continuing operations because
Imodium.
you will deplete it.
So we can splurge.
Yes, for $1 million. That's what we have additional.
I know Ms. Adrete found somewhere to use it.
Oh, okay. And I'll refer to this number in a little bit as I refer to your days of operations. If you'll turn with me over to page 16. Page 16 contains your statement of revenues, expenses, and changes in net position. For the year ended August 31st, 2023, Texas Southmost College had total operating revenues of $20,223,000, total operating expenses of $63,720,000, and total non-operating revenues of $52,577,000, which led to an overall increase in net position of $9,080,000. Now, if we take your operating expenses of the $63,720,000 and divide that by 365, you get $174,576. That is what it takes Texas Southmouth College, on average, to open its doors each and every day. Now, if we take your unrestricted fund balance of $34,028,000 and we divide that by your $174,576, you get 195 days of operations. That means that should no more money come into the college, you would be able to operate for about 195 days. And this is an increase of 20 days from prior year. So congratulations on maintaining that as well.
Remember? Look at the smile.
Porque ya gastó en el courtroom.
Ahora nos toca a nosotros.
Now, one of the last two items that I will touch on, if you'll turn with me to page 65. Page 65 contains the independent auditor's report on internal control over financial reporting and on compliance. Again, based on what we have reviewed and we have tested, we have found no instances of material weaknesses or significant deficiencies. Congratulations on that as well.
Awesome.
And then 2 pages over on page 67 is the independent auditor's report on compliance for each major federal and state program and on internal controls. Again, this is an unmodified opinion, so congratulations on what you all are doing here. This concludes my presentation. If you all have any questions.
I do not. Anybody has any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I do want to thank Dr. Figueroa and her team in running a tight ship, and this is a reflection of the good work we do and the direction that the board gives us to make sure we run a tight ship. So it's a reflection of the collective effort of all of us, so thank you.
But I have to give the board credit on the days of operation because the board, it's very tight with this money, and I think it reflects on the balance. So I
Yes.
want to thank my fellow trustees for keeping an eye on all of that.
It's a little tight, not.
Frugal. They're frugal. They're very frugal.
That's good. That's good.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all very much. Have a good evening.
Drum roll. Mr. Pacero,
Ahora sí.
time to rise and shine.
Annual investment report. Ahora sí.
You need to read.
Madam Chair, members of the board, President Rodriguez, as I mentioned, the annual investment report is the culmination of the 4 quarterly reports required by the Public Funds Investment Act. And the report takes all the data that's in a very detailed format that you have seen in the quarterly reports, and it summarizes it into a 2-page format. There's 4 numbers on this report, and I'll very briefly touch on them. Here up at the top, we have a subtotal of $248 million, and that's for our public funds and equity. On the following page, thank you, ma'am. Here at the bottom is where we have a recap of what we have in text pool, which is our public funds investment pool, our certificates of deposit, and our local bank deposits. So those numbers can be shown here. And again, this is an aggregate for the fiscal year, and then you can see the respective totals right there. Again, the report is just a summary of the 4, and it's required by the Act, and we're representing it to the board. And with that, I'll conclude my presentation.
This is information presentation, no action is required. Any questions from any board members? This is not an action item. Any questions from any board members? Thank you. Next item is 8C, consideration possible action on agreement with Brownsville South Padre Island International Airport to provide advertising services. Dr. Figueroa.
Thank you, Mr. Herrera. Madam Chair, President Rodriguez, Board of Trustees, with your permission, I'm going to have Mr. Ricardo Vasquez present this item.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Board, President Rodriguez. Today, I'm here to do a presentation on advertising services possible for Brownsville advertising services at the Brownsville Airport. The annual contract will be a $20,000 contract for advertising in services areas of the zones, 6 zones within the airport. The premium video wall includes, which is on zone 1 right here. I can do that. 12 images, 12 videos right there, 12 screens on that side. The first year expenses are coming from the approved budget for fiscal year 2023, 2024. And I'm here to approve the agreement, if we can get approval for the Brownsville South Padre International Airport to provide advertising services and authorize President Rodriguez to execute agreement on this. And that's very important. Thank you.
I will make a motion to approve the item as presented, to approve the agreement with Brownsville South Padre Island International Airport and to provide advertising services, and authorize President Rodriguez to execute the agreement.
I second that.
Motion by Mr. Herrera, second by Ms. Aldrete. Any discussion?
I have a question. Are we sharing these 6 zones with other people that are also advertising?
At the moment, we will be, but at the moment, we're the only institution advertising with the Brownsville Airport. So they have.
But we could possibly be sharing these zones with other.
We could possibly be doing that
companies.
in the future, yes.
Thank you. We want to be the only ones there.
At this point,
I don't
yes.
think that can be possible.
Let's buy an airport, now that we have all that money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it from,
No, that was my question.
thank you.
There's a motion?
Yes.
A second? Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Vasquez.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Next item is 8D, insurance update for RFP 24-03, property and campus insurance services. I'll call on Dr. Figueroa.
Thank you, Mr. Herrera. Madam Chair, members of the board, President Rodriguez. Before you have an update on RFP 2403. This is an update because of the type of item that we're procuring, which is our insurance. This covers the all perils insurance, basically everything except windstorm. Automobile, building, director's insurance, everything else but wind. We started this process in November 15, putting an RFP out. To our surprise, by the time that we had the pre-proposal conference, we had nobody attend the pre-proposal conference, so we extended the deadline. One of the challenges that we're having with insurance is that according to them, they cannot give us a true quote until it's 30 days out from our renewal date. Our current insurance expires March 31st. So we will not have a true number until the beginning of March that will give us. But we wanted to come to the board, share where we are today, that we did try to go out for bid since November. Unfortunately, because of the type of item we're procuring, that prevents us from having a true proposal. We did receive 2 after we changed the date, but basically one of the proposals said I can give you a price until 30 days out.
Thank you.
We will be bringing this item back once we have the information, so you can make a decision on it.
Probably has to be an executive, no.
Special call.
If we need to, if we need to have a special call meeting, just let us know.
Yes, ma'am.
But I know that's the truth. My insurance agent called me today and said, I'm working on yours, but it's got to be 30 days, and I couldn't understand that. But
They take into consideration all kinds of events, and not until they have a whole year is when they're able to get their actual numbers put together based on what happened during the past 12 months.
yeah, I think our legislators are going to have to do something about that. You know, we can't insure our homes here because of the wind and hurricanes, and we can't insure our homes in New Mexico because of the fires. And we keep paying insurance, but as the college does, and it's getting harder and harder to buy insurance.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I'm sad to inform you that the days we gain are going to be lost with the insurance. Anyway. Item 8F.
Hi, Debbie.
8E, monthly financial statement report for the month ended November 30th, 2023.
Debbie Downer.
Drum roll.
With your permission, Mr. Pacero will present the monthly
The
financial.
one, the only. Mr. Pacero,
Much appreciated, sir.
I'm working on it, Mr. Pacero.
It's always a pleasure to present, sir. Thank you.
I'm working, you sitting over there one day.
Madam Chair, members of the board, President Rodriguez, we have the monthly financial statement report for the month of November. We have 3 funds that we'll present budget and actual data for. I'll begin with the first of those 3 funds on the revenue slide for general fund, and I'll primarily concentrate my presentation here on the November column we can see. So at the bottom of that slide, 2.9 million, that's our revenue for the month of November. The next slide is where the expenditures begin, and we have 2 subtotals, one for salaries and wages of 1.7 million, and one for benefits of 466,000. On the following slide is where the education and general fund M&O category begins, and that spans through this slide, on the next, and concludes here with a subtotal of 1.2 million. We're still in the general fund, and we have a subtotal for general institutional, it's 169,000. And we have here the last slide for the general fund. Total expenditures, 3.8 million. So that's revenue and expenditures for general fund. The second of the 3 is the auxiliary fund. And on this slide, we have total revenue for the month of November, 297,000. Following slide has subtotals for salaries and wages of 37,000 and 8,000 for benefits. The following slide has the M&O for the auxiliary fund, and that's 2 slides where it subtotals here for 46,000. And then the last slide for the auxiliary fund. This is total expenditures for the month of November, 97,000. So that's revenue and expenditures for the auxiliary fund. The last fund that we'll cover, this is our general obligation and revenue bond fund. We have total revenue for November, 1.2 mil, and there are no expenditures to report in this month, as we can see here. So that's revenue and expenditures for all 3 fund types. We have our detail for the medical insurance for both general fund and auxiliary, and we can see those subtotals here, 610,000 and 12,000 respectively. And then we have our fund balance number with our new estimated fund balance, 32,780,000. The remaining slides have our debt service payments, and there have been no changes since the last time that we presented these schedules for the board. If there's any questions, I'd like to try and address those.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you,
very
Mr.
much.
Pacero.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have to comment something. I'm feeling very, very happy because of what we're seeing. Our financial situation has improved drastically since I came on this board. We were dependent on many variables, and now we've always been sound, but we're going places. We're growing, and I want to thank the board, and I want to thank the administration. Dr. Figueroa, thank you.
We've always been sound.
We've always been sound.
That's why we could afford to buy desks
Computers. And computers.
and computers, sir.
Thank you. Next item, 8F, grants update. I'll call on Dr. Figueroa.
Tremendo.
Thank you, Mr. Herrera. Madam Chair, members of the board, President Rodriguez. Before you have the grants that have been awarded to the college from October to December, we have a pass-through from the National Science Foundation. This is a sub-award to us from the UTRGV for $80,142. And HEB gave us a grant for $20,000 to support the Mariachi Escorpion.
But that has, okay, it's $20,000 for the mariachi,
Can't hear you.
$20,000 for the mariachi costume, or suits, or whatever we're gonna call them.
Yes, it's for mariachi.
It's not for the mariachi to go have a good time.
No.
El mariachi loco.
Any questions?
Any questions?
But on that grant, I have to thank Ms. Abigail Gonzalez because she was there, right? Of course, yes, you there? Yeah, thank you. You know, and of course, it's given to TSC Mariachi, right? But she was there at the right time, so good representation. Thank you.
And we plugged them with Char Days, so maybe they'll be performing next year. Thank you so much, Dr. Figueroa. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Herrera.
4.
Sigue.
Yo.
Facilities.
Thank you very much. The Facilities Committee met on Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. Present were Trustee Zabaleta, Chair Garza, President Rodriguez, myself, and members of the TSC Administration and College Legal Counsel. The committee discussed the following items. 9A, consideration and possible action on award RFP 2402 for campus thermal plant boiler and pumps replacement services, the labor only.
Good evening, Chair Garza, trustees, President Rodriguez. I am going to ask Mr. Mascoro, our HVAC supervisor, with your permission, to present this item as our expert.
Thank you.
Good evening, Madam Chair, Board of Trustees.
That's too much money, Mr.
Rodriguez.
Mascorro.
I'm sorry?
That's too much money.
Ya.
Ya empezamos mal.
Se acabó el amor.
No discussion.
I'm here
Yet.
to present the RFP 2402 for campus thermal plant boiler and pumps replacement services just for the labor charge only, okay? This is the RFP timeline. We are actually up to January 18, 2024, proposing this RFP to you. Yeah, and sorry, and this is the RFP and scope of work. As I was mentioned before, this scope of work was approved by facilities and for every single contractor involved in this RFP. All right. Here are the images of the existing boiler. This boiler was installed back in 1995, so it's about 28 years of usage. And here's the RFP Evaluation Committee, Mr. Carlos Pesero, myself, Gerardo Moscoro, Mrs. Marcela Juarez, Director of Operations, and Mr. Raul Cano. And here is the RFP pricing and scoring tabulation. As you can see, the two first contractors are very close to each other. In this case, we are recommending Texas Chiller System because they have all the personnel necessary for new installations for this kind of new equipment. And we use the RFP review criteria that is being used in every single RFP around campus. And budget and financial impact, these expenses will be coming from the approved budget for fiscal year 2023-2024. And the proposal is to award the RFP 2402 for campus thermal plant boiler and pumps replacement services labor only to Texas Chiller System LLC in the amount of $62,290 and authorize President Rodriguez to execute the purchase order contract as presented.
Okay, let me read it before we can do discussion. So I move to award RFP 2402 for campus thermal plant boiler and pumps replacement services labor only to Texas Chiller Systems LLC in the amount of $62,290 and authorize President Rodriguez to execute the purchase order contract as presented.
I second the motion, even though it's too much money.
I have a motion by Ms. Aldrete, second by Mr. Herrera. But I was here for this committee meeting when this was explained. And I have to agree with the having the committees because everything was so well explained. We have no questions right now. If the rest of the board has any questions, I'll be surprised because you all did a very good job at the committee level. So thank you for that. Okay, I have a motion, a second. Any more discussion?
Sir, I think I have a question. Do you foresee having to fix anything else?
Oh, yeah.
To fix anything else?
Yes, that there will be something
We are in the
else?
process of replacing a lot of HVAC equipment at this very moment, especially at the main thermal plant. So in this coming year, there's going to be a lot of
That's
changes.
okay.
Okay, all right, let's
It's
see.
like asking for a wish list for Christmas.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
9B, facilities update.
With your permission, I will ask Georgia Hinojosa, our facilities coordinator, to provide you the update.
Good evening, Chair Ms. Garza, members of the board, and President Dr. Rodriguez. Today, I will be providing you an update of the facilities projects at hand, and we'll begin. The list is as follows: Courtroom Criminal Justice Project, dedicated chiller plant for TSC Recreation and Child Care Center, hot water leak repair. Up first, we have the Courtroom Criminal Justice Project. The work in progress is the installation of the AV equipment, installation of the bronze dedication plaque, and installation of the 5 seals in the courtroom. The milestones we've accomplished is classes were scheduled for spring 2024 semester. Furniture was installed, courtroom millwork was complete. On this slide, you can see the benches that were ordered and installed. On the picture on the right, you can see the millwork, and we have some more pictures for you. The millwork was done by TSC's carpenter, Isidro Ramos. He did an amazing job.
He did. And this picture does it no justice. You have to see it in person.
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly.
I'll continue. Up next, we have the dedicated chiller plant for TSC Rec Center and Child Care Center as well. Construction work at the Rec Center is in progress. Milestones: land has been excavated, compacted, and leveled in preparation for the construction. We have yet to find any remains or any artifacts or anything, so we'll let you know if we do.
I know someone in the board that's very interested in artifacts found while excavating.
Yes. The chiller order has been placed. The ETA for the chillers is in August. The project is projected to be completed in 12 months. And here are some pictures of the excavation and the compacting of the land. And here's it continues, the project continues, everything's getting leveled and spread out.
How big are the chillers?
They're pretty big. It's gonna take a structure. They're gonna build a structure for it and everything. Right now,
You could fit an HEB there.
and here's an aerial view of the project itself. That picture was taken, I believe, yesterday. So it gives you a better aspect of all the work that's being done.
Sir, did you say 12 months to complete?
Yes.
12?
12 months to complete the project, yes, ma'am. And up next, we have the hot water leak repair. This repair was completed as December 21st. The inclement weather that we just had helped us test everything, and good, everything's working fine, no leaks, everything's good. And that concludes my presentation.
Thank you very much.
Oh, here's some pictures as well of the excavation.
This work is massive,
Yes, ma'am.
massive.
It's a lot of work. Those lines look small, but they're actually 8 inches big, so gives you an idea.
We did hire a contractor for
Yes,
this,
ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you all oversaw it.
In this slide, you could see the vendor. He's welding all the pipes, fabricating everything.
Is he a scorpion?
I'm not sure. I hope so. But this concludes my presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
This concludes my report too.
Thank you, Ms. Aldrete. Next, we have Academic Committee. Dr. Zavaleta?
Ma'am, I will be reporting on item number 10. The Academic Committee met on Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. President or Chair Garza, Trustee Sines, President Rodriguez, myself, and members of the administration. Item 10A, consideration and possible action on award of RFP 24-01 for a 3D/4D color Doppler system. And I move to award the RFP 2401 Doppler ultrasound system to Sonosource Incorporated in the amount of $38,215 and authorize President Rodriguez to execute the purchase order contract as presented.
I second the
I have a
motion.
motion, and I have a second, and now we're going to go into discussion. Do you want Dr. McCormick to explain what the ultrasound system is?
I can explain. I have one done. I'm kidding. I have one, I had
Now
a couple
you
done.
bragged.
Now I'm an expert on this.
Now he's an expert on ultrasound as well. Dr. McCormick, please help us.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Zavaleta. Correct. We have a proposal to purchase a 3D, 4D color Doppler ultrasound system through RFP 24-01. We have the RFP was a timeline, went back, was the timeline which advertised and published on October 25th and November 1st. The advertisements, the RFP deadline was November 14th, 2023. The next slide shows the 3D, 4D color Doppler ultrasound system that we're trying to purchase, and this is going to be purchased with Perkins funds. And I'm going to let Dr. Pierce explain exactly what it does, because he's really the expert. But I will say that we did have an RFP evaluation committee consisting of Ms. Adriana Dallas, our clinical coordinator for sonography program, Dr. Aria Villanueva, our program director for diagnostics, medical sonography, and Dr. Pierce. And we did receive 2 proposals. One from Sonosource Inc. in the amount of $38,215, and one from MXR Imaging in the amount, this one from San Diego, California, in the amount of $76,250.
Are they basically the same machine?
They're basically the same machine, correct. And Dr. Pierce he is actually on the committee, so I'll let him give you the details.
Dr. Pierce?
Madam Chair, members of the board, Dr. Rodriguez. This is the exact same sonography machine that we currently have. It's currently also being used in the community. You'll notice the difference in the prices there. The difference in the price there is that we have bought ultrasound machines before from this company, and right off the bat, they gave us $15,000 as a repeat customer. So that's, frequent customer discount there. The second thing you'll notice is that on the MXR, they built in an extended warranty into their price, where the Sonosource said it's an option if you want to buy the extended warranty. And that made a major difference in the price there. Obviously, ultrasound machine, it's going to do ultrasound. So, okay. We are currently down 2 machines right now that are broken down, so this is one that we need.
Are they repairable?
No, sir.
No.
Well, There are technicians who come and look at that, and they see whether parts are repairable, and then they get to the point that they're just used, and the Doppler system goes out, and it ends up costing more to repair than it does to replace.
So let me ask you this. On the MXR imaging, what is the price of the extended warranty factored into that?
I don't have the paper in front of me, but I believe it was somewhere around 10,000.
Is it worth it?
No, sir.
Not worth it?
No, not worth it. Because we don't use it as in a clinic where you would use it 100 times a day on 100 different patients. We use it frequently during the week and a whole lot less abuse. We don't roll it down the hallway, things that you might find at a hospital. So our machines hold up pretty well. So no, the extended warranty is generally not worth it.
Thank you.
A motion and a second. All those in favor? Did you have a question?
I just wanted to ask, this is the same machine that's being used in the hospitals?
That is correct, ma'am. It's the same machine that is being used in the hospitals and also the same machines that we're also currently using in the classroom. So,
Very good.
So they're definitely getting what we call street ready. They get out of class, they move right into the clinic, and they know how the machine works exactly.
Perfect. Very good. Thank you.
Okay, I'll take a vote now. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
Item 10B, consideration of possible action to approve an affiliation agreement with Sun Valley Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center for TSC nursing program, and I move to approve the affiliation agreement with Sun Valley Rehabilitation and Healthcare Center for ADN, LVN, and CNA programs, and authorize President Rodriguez to sign the agreement.
A motion by Dr. Zavaleta. Second. Second by Ms. Alejandro. Discussion? No? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Thank you, Dr. McCormick. Thank you, Dr. Pierce.
Item 10C, consideration of possible action on approval of matching grant support for the AmeriCorps Vista grant. And I move to approve an increase in matching grant support to a total of $22,880 for the 2024-2025 TSC AmeriCorps Vista grant project.
I have a motion by Dr. Zavaleta.
Second.
Second by Mr. Herrera. You want to tell us about the Visa grant?
Sure, yes. Yes,
Dr.
ma'am. Chair Garza, members of the board, President Rodriguez, this is a renewal request, and with your permission, I'll ask Dr. Angela McCauley to give you the details.
That concludes my report.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board, President Rodriguez. Before you is a proposal to authorize matching funds for our continuance grant for the AmeriCorps Vista program. This would be our 5th year in the program. They are proposing to award us 5 members, and we would be responsible for the living allowance for 1 member. And then in addition, they do award us a $40,000 grant to offset some of our time and effort.
Okay, good. I have a motion and a second. I'll take a vote. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Dr. Zavaleta. Student Services is next. I'll call on Ms. Delia Science.
The Student Service Committee met on Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. Present were Chair Garza,
Give
President.
me 1 second. Did we miss something? Mr.
Did we miss something?
11A.
What is it? The 10B and 10C, the agenda is the same one for 10C, for B.
Uh-huh.
I don't have B.
We missed an item from...
I don't know, maybe mine is wrong, but it's the same.
I only go to 10C.
I'm sorry.
So where's B?
We're good.
No, but in my package,
Yeah.
10B is the same as 10C. Is it wrong?
We got...
It's
I
just
think
mine?
it's just yours, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, only yours. I've got.
You have it? Okay.
10B? Is this one?
That's
Okay,
why I
Ms.
like
Sines, you're good.
couldn't See what he was saying.
10B.
Yeah,
okay.
sure.
Proceed.
The committee met on January 10th, 2024. Present were Chair Garza, President Rodriguez, myself, members of the TSC Administration, and College Legal Counsel. The committee discussed the following: consideration and possible action to approve a memorandum of understanding with IDEA Public Schools for the benefit of the Rio Grande Valley to offer dual programs. I call on Ms. Vanessa Vasquez to present.
Thank you, Ms. Science. Madam Chair, members of the board, President Rodriguez. Today I'm presenting on consideration and possible action to approve a memorandum of understanding with IDEA Public Schools for the benefit of Rio Grande Valley to offer dual programs. We presented the MOU with IDEA, and they provided some feedback to the MOU that was approved by the board back in July of 2023. Some of the items that they would like to include on the MOU are on page 1 of the agreement in red, which is adding for the benefit of Rio Grande Valley to IDEA, so we can accommodate all 26 IDEA schools throughout the Rio Grande Valley. So if we partner with one, we don't have to do an MOU constantly with all of the IDEA schools. With that also being said, they also added some verbiage on page 8 in term, effective date, and termination. They would like to try us out for 1 year. They would like to provide us, continue for a period of 12 months of the initial term. After that initial term, both parties will have to mutually agree in writing to agree for up to 3 additional 1-year terms. So that is what they are proposing to update on our MOU. And also just updating the signature, which will be the president of IDEA, to sign the MOU. If approved, they will go ahead and sign the MOU, and we can begin offering for the first time dual programs with IDEA.
This discussion was done at the committee level as well, and it's very exciting. We talked about it because it is for all the schools, and I know we have a trial period of 1 year, but I'm confident that we're going to do well. So Vanessa, thank you for all your work. I know Mr. Arambul is a big part of it, and I always thank him publicly because he does such a good job. Thank you.
And I want to say thank you because we were the first to get IDEA. I'm sure there's other colleges out there that would love to have this MOU. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. This concludes my presentation.
Okay. I move to approve an MOU with IDEA Public Schools for the benefit of Rio Grande Valley and authorize President Rodriguez to sign the agreement.
A motion by Ms. De Leon Sines.
Second the motion.
Second by Mr. De Leon. He beat you, sir.
Beat me?
I did.
Any discussion? Yes, Dr. Zavaleta.
Addressed to our attorney, do we have all the appropriate measures in this agreement to protect us and hold us harmless from suits and things like that? I mean, and we can be sued by anybody, but we have the appropriate wording.
Both Mr. Pettis and I reviewed it, and it is typical of all the MOUs that we have. It's really as much protected as we can possibly as a governmental.
I understand. Thank you. And one other comment, if I may. It says dual programs. Shouldn't it be dual enrollment programs? Isn't that the proper wording?
So dual programs, reason being is because as per TEA, they can offer dual credit where the courses are equated to the high school, or dual enrollment where a course may not be equated to the high school, but they'll still take the credit, or concurrent enrollment where they can take it in the summer or so forth. So there's different ways
So
to
this is
take
correct, the
different,
way it's worded?
from TEA,
All right,
yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries.
This concludes my report.
Thank you, Ms. Science. Mr. De Leon.
Yes,
Policy.
best for last. The Policy Committee meeting met on Wednesday, January 10th, 2024. Present were immediate past chair, Mr. Herrera, Chair Garza, President Rodriguez, myself, members of the TSC Administration, College Board, Legal Counsel. The committee discussed the following item, and I will call on Mr. Frank Perez to go over these policies updates.
Thank you, Mr. De Leon. Madam Chair, members of the board, Dr. Rodriguez, you have before you 3 local policies for TSC that are under consideration. They include BBD, BCG, and GD local. The first one, BBD local, deals with orientation and training of the board. Now, the only change to this particular policy is the clarification that any Public Information Act training that must be accomplished by the board under certain circumstances or any circumstances will actually be performed at all times by the Public Information Act coordinator, who is appointed by the administration. And there are certain circumstances where training has to be done, but that will be done by the Public Information Act coordinator. The other policies, the other 2 policies are not TASB recommended policies. They include BCG local board evaluation, which basically is a very slight change to what you have already. Right now, you require of yourselves an evaluation of the board, a self-evaluation annually. And the proposed change is that the annual report or the annual evaluation be conducted regularly. Now, that term regularly comports with the SAC-COC recommendations or the way their policies are written, and it provides an advantage to the board. The other one is another SAC-COC wording that we want to include in the type of evaluation that you do, and it's going to include responsibilities and expectations of the board, wording that is included in the SAC-COC guidelines. The third policy is GG Local, which deals with college facilities and use of college facilities. And what we're dealing with there is an amendment to include the opportunity for the board or for the college district to provide under page 5 of 8 of the policy, to provide funeral services, funeral receptions and memorial services for past and present and current Board of Trustees. It's a policy that has been recommended. At this time, I believe that the recommendation is to approve the revisions to those 3 policies. I'll take any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Perez. Does anybody have any questions? Then I move to approve revisions of the following local policies, BBD, BCG, and GD.
I have a motion by Mr. De Leon, second by Ms. Delia Science. As long as the policy committee is content with it, because I know it went back and forth, and are you okay with Mr. Herrera?
It went back and forth many times.
So I have no questions if you guys are okay with it.
Well, we're going with it.
Okay, okay. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Oh, did I skip discussion?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have discussion? No? Okay, then the vote stands. Thank you. Motion carries.
Thank you. That concludes my report.
That's it?
Yes, ma'am.
We need to do,
Off the record, this is our evaluation.
Okay.
BCG low.
Okay,
It was the 3 of them.
we did the 3.
Yes, yes.
Executive session. The board will now convene in executive session as provided by Government Code Chapter 551.071, 551.072, and 551.074. We are back from executive session. Do we have any motions from executive session?
Yes, ma'am. I move that the board approve the salary schedule for fiscal year 2023-2024 as discussed in executive session.
So move. Second.
I have a motion by Ms. Aldrete, second by Ms. Delia Science. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Motion carries. Now we go to announcement of meeting dates. I know we have an issue, we don't have an issue of February the 15th, but we have an issue on March the 21st. You and I are going to be out.
Oh.
Is that a spring break? No, that's the week before.
No.
Yeah, it's a week after
That we're going to the leadership
the
training.
GIAL conference.
Can we move it to the 28th?
The 28th? Yes.
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 Because that week before that would be
Too
spring
No,
break.
February is not a problem.
We have to move it to the 28th?
The 28th.
March is a problem because of a conference. So they're moving it to March 28th.
We are moving it.
Yes.
March 28th.
I so move.
I don't think we need a motion, but thank you. But I do need a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
Motion by Mr. De Leon, second by Ms. Alejandro. All those in favor?
Aye.
Against? Nadie.
So March 28th.
March 28th. We stand adjourned.